Hello everyone. Today our lesson is class variables and class methods. Let's remember something from previous week about getter-setter methods. Instance variable have been always private. So when we write a variable inside our class, we write private, int, private string or private bool like this. So it was always private. So meaning is client of class cannot get the value directly. We cannot use inside class variables, instance variables directly from our run method. Okay, with these methods, we hide information from client. We say to client which method it can access, so this makes safety for our class. We get access instance variable with getter and setter methods. So why we using getter and setter? To access that variable, instance variables. Okay, a getter method lets you get access to some instance variable of an object. It is also called accessor methods. So if you want to access some information from our class, so we should use getter methods. So you can see left side, we have getter method. So its name is public int get width. For example, we have instance variables here, int and height, width and height, sorry. So we have returning width. So we can access from a method if we call or from our object this method. So we can use this variable. Without this getter method, we cannot use. Setter methods lets you set the values. We changing the values of instance variables of an object. Setter methods can also be called modifier. We modifying, we changing our methods. So you can see here, we have a setter method here, public void set width. So we are not returning, so why it is void. But here is set getter method, we have integer, so we are returning something. So set width, inside parentheses we have variable, new width. So from object we sending another information, so we change width value, with new width value. Okay. All right. So let's come to today's lesson, class variables and class methods. In class, we always call instance method, like rectangle get area. So get area is our instance method. Rectangle is our object name. So we call from run method the instance methods. If variable or method belongs to class, not instance. For example, we write private, you can see here, private int width. So this is instance variable. If variable or method belongs to not instance, we say that class variable or class methods. If it is not belongs to instance, so it belongs to class. So instance don't affect these variables or methods. So we cannot affect these instance, for example, rectangle get area. So this is not affecting our class variable or class methods. These call also static variable or static method. So it is static, so objects cannot change these class variables or class methods. This variable or attribute of class common, same for all instances of class. This method also, this variable or method of class that common to all instances of class, and it is not called an object instance. We don't say it is object instance, it is class. All right. Okay, let's see some examples. So you can see we have public class student and we have variable private, same private like getter setter methods I showed you. But here we see static. This static means this is class variable, not instance variable. So we say type is integer, so total students equal 0. So we use public student to increase this variable. And right side we have another example. This time we have method, static method. So how can we understand this method is static? We see here static word. So this means this is not instance method like get area or get width or get height. Okay, so get width, get height, get area, these are instance method, but this get total students is class method or static method. All right, so let's come to another example. This is static method again. This time you should remember we have used randomizer previous lessons. So you see when we're calling the instance method, left side we writing or object name. Object names always starting from smaller character, but this time it's capitalized character. So this means this is not object name. This is class name, not this is class name, not the name of an object you can see from here. So this is, guys, we can say class, all right? So we're producing random numbers between 1 to 6 with this method. So this is static method. So let's come to the last example. So integer x is equal math.abs. So you see it is again class name, math is class name. ABS means absolute. So we converting that value to absolute value. It was -5, so it become +5. So this is also another example of static method. All right. Let's come to CodeHS. Okay, so let's come to class methods and class variables. I will explain these 4 examples, and I will write some questions from here, some codes from here. Let's open this one, this one, this one. So guys, before start to write this code, guys, please watch this video because this is explaining very good. Okay, student class variables. Let's explore these variables, class variables. All right, so we are on run. So we have object Alan and Ada. So we producing some information and we showing that information. So also we have another print student get total students. You can see we are using here class name student.get total students. If you call instance method, that time we write, for example, Alan dot name or Alan dot surname or Alan dot get class, for example. I don't know which methods we have. Let's come here. For example, we write Alan dot get first name, Alan dot get last name, Alan dot get grade level. So when we call instance, we write Alan after dot get name, for example. So these are we call instance method. Okay, but when we call our class method, we are writing our class name like math.abs. Okay, math was the class name, so here student is our class name. So get total student is our class method or static method. Let's come to student class. So we have here private instance variable, private int, private string, double. So these are our instance variable, but this one is our class variable. This is static variable. You can see it right here, static int total students, it is 0. So we have here methods, instance method or constructor is here. So from run, we're sending some object, Alan and Ada. So Alan's information is this, Ada's information is this. So first of all, we send Alan name, first name, last name, and grade. So this or instance variable become these values. But this total students is static. So this is become 1. It is increasing. So when we send Ada and Ada information, then this constructor is changing. These values are changing. So also first name is changing, last name is changing, grade level is changing. But this is total students not become again 1. It is increasing. So it was 1, so it become 2. So every object coming here, this is increasing. So these are changing because we sending the object or instance. So instance are changing, but this is not belongs to instance coming information. This is about or class. So these are about or object instance, but this is not about or objects or instance. So if we send here 2 objects like Alan and Ada, so this is counting how many object is coming here. Okay, if we send 2, so this become 2. If you send 3, this become 3. So if we want to use this variable, total students static variable, we should use public static int get total students method. So this is class method or static method. So we're returning total students, this variable, not instance variable. We're returning total class variable. So let's run. So Alan gets name. So what was the first get? First name, not name. Let's copy this. Let's change this first name. Alright. So Alan is our instance method. We call get first name. So this one is we call Ada's all information. We call toString method. So this 2 is static method information. So total students. Let's produce another object here. Actually, let's write here Alan1. Let's change it. That's 21, and we should send, and let's run it. So now you see we have 3 because we produce 1, 2, 3 objects. So this object instance are these information are coming here, but they are not affecting this variable. Okay, let's count another example. So let's this time we have math static method. So we call math class. You can see it is capitalized first character. So we're using absolute. So this is converted to plus. So double cosinus. So we again use math cosinus this time, math power, and math power again. So let's run it and see result. Let's refresh. So absolute value of -5 become 5, cosinus of 0 is 1. 10 over 3 is 100, 9, 3 is 729. So we used here math. So using randomizer. So here we also have used the randomizer static method. So what this does, this is producing number between 1 to 10. How many times? 10 times. So we're going to see 10 random numbers here between 1 to 10. You see. All right, let's come to static variables. And this time, let's see static variable here. So this pi, let's come to circle. This pi is static variable. It is static here. Also, it says the final. Final means also we cannot change with our object this variable. Also, we cannot change inside our class. So this number cannot changeable. All right. So we have used this variable, static variable here, to produce area of red circle. So for example, let's try to change it. Let's run it first. So we produce this. Let's try to change. Let's say pi is equal 5.7, for example. Let's run it. So we have error because cannot assign a value. It is final. It is final variable, so we cannot change inside our class also. We explained these examples, so let's come to this static variable circle. So let's open it. Okay, let's read the question. In this program, we are going to practice using math class. So we're going to use math class again by computing some important values on the unit circle, starting from 0 and going up by pi divided 4 radians or 45 degrees. Print out information of format below. So our output should be seen like this. And hence you need to use math sinus, math cosinus methods, and math pi constant. You'll also need to loop from 0 to 2 times pi. You can round a decimal to 2 decimal places by multiplying by 100, rounding to nearest integer and dividing by 100. Here is an example, so we should use this, or we can use this directly. Okay, so we need to produce the radians. These are radians, and these numbers, cosinus is this, sinus is this. All right, so we should print out first this text, after that produce this number. So for this one, let's write some variables, cosinus, sinus, and radians. So I want to write, these are, you can see double. So double sinus, let's say sinus x, and let's say cosinus x, and let's say radian x. Okay. So then we should see first this text. All right, so let me copy this. Let's write system.out.println and open close parenthesis semicolon, and between quotes let's paste radians, cosinus, sinus. All right, so we see this text now. After that, we need to print all this. So all this we need for loop, because it say you need loop from 0 to 2 times pi. So let's write for. So or numbers, these numbers are not integers, so we write inside for double I is equal starting from 0 and it is ending smaller 2 times pi. So what should I do? I should write here 2 times, how can I write pi? And let's come here. So we need to use math pi, right? Yeah, here it says math pi. So math pi, and how it's increasing. So it's increasing. Let's go up. It is going up by pi divided 4. So we write here math.p again. So /4 says p radians. It's going up by. All right. Then open close braces and let's produce these numbers. So I'm going to use these variables here. First I will produce these numbers, after that I am going to print out. So sinus x is equal, how I can calculate this? Let me copy this. So I need this math.round value. Okay, let's copy this and come here past. So this value should be math.sinus. Okay, math round. I'm using math round. So math dot sinus, and sinus what? I, and close parentheses, and we multiplying this with 100 and divide 100.0. So we produce sinus x. So sinus x, it is this one. So sorry, with sinus x is this one. So cosinus x is this one, because first of all we should show cosinus after sinus. Let's calculate cosinus. Cosinus x is equal, I'm just copying this and paste them here. Just change this with cosinus. So nothing difference. And I need to calculate s radix is equal if math round that's passed. So I am not calculating sinus or cosinus here. So math round, for this one I am just producing I here. I multiply 100 divide 100 again. Alright, so I calculate sinus x constant radians. Then let's show system.out.println open close parentheses, and first of all I need to show this value. This value is radix. So radix, after radix let's write plus, then I need to show colon here. So between quotes colon, and after colon I have one space here. So one space, then plus, I should connect with cosinus x first. Cosinus x, then you see here cosinus x plus again. So I connected cosinus x plus and comma. Comma should be between quote. You can see after comma we have one space here. So let's make one space. Then connect with, connect with Sinus6, and that's all. After Sinus6 we are not showing anything. All right, let's run. We have one problem here. Math pi 4. So I is increasing, right? I is equal I plus math.pi divided by 4. So it is increasing with this one. All right, let's run. Okay, so radians, cosinus, sinus. So 0, 0 is equal 1, 0, 0, 0, and same 5.5, 0.771 minus, yes, so correct. Let's check. Okay, so that is correct. Let's come to another question. How many players? All right. Names how many players in the game. So let's come here. So at following, so we have constructed a player class for you. Let's come to player class. So and we should insert following. So public static. So we should write public static. So our variables are coming, static variables. We should write public static, and it is int total players. So total players, it is integer, so total players should be 0. Public static again, it is integer again. Maximum players, max players, static variables should be an integer. Set this value to 10, so we should say that it is equal 10. All right. Public static method, this time method, so methods we should write here. So public static, it is info static, you should return boolean, so we should write here boolean. Name is game full. All right, same braces. Okay, so we should count total players when we send object here. So this player should calculate how many players are coming on our class. So we increase total player here. How many objects is coming here? We should calculate. We should count total player plus players. Player. All right. So the game full. Okay. Whether the total player is greater than or equal to maximum players. So we return true or false. Return what? If total players is bigger, greater or equal to maximum players. So if our total players is equal to maximum, equal or bigger to maximum players, so we should return true. If else, we should see false. So let's come and check. So correct. Let's write here some object. So class name is player. Let's write p1 is equal new player. So we are not sending any information to that object. So another player, let's copy this and paste. Let's write here p2, p3. So we sent 3 objects, p1, p2, p3, but we want to see it is past maximum number or not. So how can we call stem.out.println? We should call our static method. How can we call static method? So our static method name is gameFull, and we should write here not object name or class name, player dot, or static method name is gameFull. So let's run. So we should return false because we didn't pass, right? Okay, so that is working. Alright, so we complete unit circle, how many players in game, and let's come circle area another way. Let's open this. Circle area another way. Okay. It's loading still. Alright. Okay, previously we create circle class. Yes, we create circle class. Yeah. Can you extend this to write the get area method using static method matPow instead? Alright, so we come circle get area. So we calculate here power, but it is asking us use matPow. So how can we do that? Let's come to here. We have already two examples. Yes, c.getArea, c2.getArea. So we should change here. So how can we change here? We just use matPy here. So let's write here another variable double. Let's radius is equal math.power. So we need here radius, and comma, how many times? 2. So radius over 2. So, and what we need to write here, so we should multiply bit right, p times what radius. Okay, let's check. Yeah, correct, and run. Okay, so we don't have any problem. So guys, we done until here, so you should finish rock paper scissors get winner and rock paper scissors another example, but you should complete both of this. That's all for today. See you next time, guys.